Hi beautiful souls, welcome back to the channel, Beautiful Awakening with Shantia. Welcome to your March reading. So today we're going to be looking into the energy of March, and I decided to go with the theme of the Count of Monte Cristo for the energies that I was picking up. And usually whenever spirit wants to drop a theme in, there's a reason why. So we're going to find out why we're getting a bit of that theme. If you haven't already, go ahead and check out the latest podcast upload. Just recently, when I'm shooting this, I just uploaded The Divine Child, and I know that I'm also in the future going to be working on talking about stepping into leadership as a king and a queen of the kingdom, and other interesting topics that want to come up. Whatever is the latest episode, I'm going to go ahead and put it down in the description box, or I'll put a picture of it here. And you can see what are the latest podcast episodes that I have uploaded. So on my other channel, Soul Awakening, where I upload the podcast, this is where I discuss in depth the mystical healing journey and being a mystic. What it's all about. We all have that inner mystic in us. So go ahead and check that out if you are interested. So March is full of a lot of interesting energies, and I just want to mention this. We have a partial lunar and solar eclipse that's coming up, and a 6 planetary conjunction. Eclipse season is starting, it's initiating, it's going to be igniting some really interesting activity and energies for us, as well as that 6 planetary conjunction that's happening in Pisces. That's going to be very, very interesting. So I'm going to be discussing that in depth on my other channel, and I'll also talk about how it relates to perhaps your ascendant, moon, and sun sign. How is it going to impact you? If you are interested in learning about Vedic astrology and getting into the intricacies of astrology, I'm going to be mentioning it there on my other channel, and I will make sure to mention and post it in the community tab for whenever I post those videos, or you can just follow my other channel and you can see and hit the notification for when I upload videos. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into the energy of March for you guys. So these groups are based off of nakshatras I shuffled beforehand. Before we get further into talking about the groups, I'd like to tell you more about the theme of the Count of Monte Cristo. The Count of Monte Cristo is one of my favorite movies growing up, starring Jim Caviezel, Richard Harris, and Henry Cavill. Jim Caviezel also starred in The Passion of Christ, and I think he did a phenomenal job at that. And Richard Harris was in the first 2 Harry Potter films as Dumbledore, which I absolutely loved. Edmond Dantes is an intelligent, honest, and kind French sailor who is falsely accused and imprisoned by 4 acquaintances, one of which is his best friend. He faces a dark night during his imprisonment on the island fortress, where he becomes deeply bitter and uses revenge to motivate him. He meets Faria, an old priest and cellmate who teaches Edmund how to read, write, and defend himself, and Abbe Faria is based off of a real Portuguese priest. After 14 years, his friend Faria dies, and he escapes prison, after which he finds the hidden treasure Faria told him about. The treasure is located on the island of Monte Cristo. He buys the island and the title of the Count with his fortune. In the end, Edmund redeems himself and finds the treasure of forgiveness and redemption. It doesn't hurt that he still has his island fortune. In the middle of me editing this reading, I went back and rewatched the movie, and I found this quote that I was shocked that it had. So this is stated by Edmund in the book and written by Alexandre Dumas. "Life is a storm, my young friend. You will bask in the sunlight one moment, be shattered on the rocks the next. What makes you a man is what you do when that storm comes. You must look into the storm and shout as you did in Rome. Do your worst, for I will do mine. Then the fates will know you as we know you." Group number 1, you have the storm. Group number 2, you have the calm. And group number 3, you have the gold. See which group or groups resonate with you, and let us start your meditation. Inhale and exhale deeply. And here is the singing bow. Group number 1, if you chose the storm, we're going to go ahead and start with you. Hey, group number 1, welcome to your reading. If you chose the storm, then this is going to be the reading for you. So first, I'm just going to go ahead and dive into meditation and see whatever wants to come through. Okay. Interesting. It's interesting I mentioned the Passion of Christ because I saw the cross. You're receiving quite a few energetic upgrades this month. You guys got the storm, and I was sort of seeing like a storm, like a tornado energy, and it was directed towards you. Does this mean that your life is going to be stormy? It's just energy, and it has nothing to do with energy is pure, like storms are purification processes. So there is a deep, intensive purification process that you will be on the receptive end, perhaps during this month. What I would recommend is to keep it calm and cool this month, because you might find that your energy is fluctuating quite a bit, and you might find that you don't really have a lot of energy to do as much as you would like, and that's because there's a lot happening underneath the surface for you. I'm getting strong chosen one energy for this group here. Strong chosen one energy. You're on the receiving end of a lot of insight and energy that wants to come to you and through you. It's purification. You can think about what the cross means to you. But I was also getting all, so we have horizontal, longitude and latitude. Vertical, horizontal. Something like that. Yeah, I'm getting a strong expansive energy for you guys. So you're going to be feeling maybe quite expansive during this month. Kind of like priest-like energy is also what I'm picking up. So you might feel as though you are actually feeling confident to do certain things or step into certain projects, and this confidence is part of your energetic upgrade that you're receiving from spirit and the divine. Yeah. And it's coming to you and through knowledge, and you might, either people are going to be drawn to you this month to ask you questions, or you might be journaling a lot and just receiving a lot where you just know things. So yeah, huge receptive energy coming through. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at your oracle card here. So you guys kind of represent the first phase of Edmund's journey. So this is where he was sort of like betrayed. He went through some sort of betrayal. And I connected this, the reason why I chose the Count of Monte Cristo is because it was mentioned in the book that was discussing Purvavadapada. So the Count of Monte Cristo actually perfectly connects with the energy of Edmund, the Count of Purvavadapada, Pisces energy. So this is actually both early and ending. And Edmund Dantes, basically he's like a sweet guy, right? And then he goes through a dark night where he's essentially betrayed or feels betrayed. And so there might be some sort of betrayal that you're finalizing. It's kind of what I'm hearing in this month of March, where you're understanding. I'm hearing there's two ways you can go with this. You can either feel like, oh no, this is the worst. You might double down on feeling more like a victim, or you're going to step into your power and double down on reassuring yourself of why you had to go on this journey. So there's going to be strong clarity that comes to you about, okay, this is why I had to go through this, right? You know, Edmund found strength. He was trained by Faria. Faria taught him how to defend himself, how to fight, how to read, how to write. So it seemed like he was being downgraded in prison, but he actually received upgrades in prison. He became more intelligent. He learned how to read. You know, he came from a modest family background, and he was friends with like a wealthy guy, but he didn't have all of those advantages growing up. Like when it came to money, he was actually quite grateful for the simple things he had. But his dark night taught him how to really appreciate his own inner strength. And he wouldn't have learned how strong he was unless he was challenged in some way. So I feel like this month you're going to be learning and realizing and sort of coming to this culmination of appreciation of your strength and the personal journeys that you've gone through up until this point in your life. So deep reflection, deep appreciation is going to be happening for you this month. You might also have moments where you confront your anger, and you start to really deeply question yourself. Why am I so angry about this? Why have I been angry? So this is an opportunity, if there's something you've been holding on to let it go and to finally release it. Yeah. Okay. So Purvabhadapada, you guys got the Six of Wands here. So that's about confidence and a victory. And I definitely think of Edmund sort of as a soldier. You know, with the Six of Wands, it's about the knight coming back after he's achieved some sort of success or victory in war. So there's going to be some sort of clear victory or win that's coming for you during this month. So Purvabhadapada represents the front of the funeral cot. Oh, this is so the front of funeral cot, former lucky feet. So this is the luck that you receive. Is it prior? Yeah. Former lucky feet. So this is like early success or early victory that you receive. This is the ray of sun. So like in the oracle card, you see Edmund, he's looking very vengeful and tense. And it's so funny. I was sort of getting like GQ model vibes from the images that I was getting of Edmund from AI. So I decided to go with that sort of vibe or energy. But there's something actually very interesting and also attractive about someone who has depth to them and who knows how to face anger or deal with it. You know, when they're not just one-dimensional. I feel like with the cross, I was kind of getting that energy. It's like, you're not a one-dimensional or a two-dimensional person. You're like super multifaceted. And there's something so beautiful about you appreciating this multifaceted essence within yourself. Purvabhadapada is also connected to Jekyll and Hyde, so it's just two sides to us. Pisces is a mutable energy, so it has two sides to it, and you might be coming to this realization that you got a darker shadow side, but it actually can work in your advantage when you're able to face it. Yeah. So there might be some sleep and rest that's happening. We have the funeral cot references. We have astral travel here. Also, Purvabhadapada is connected to a sword, which is interesting because when I chose this picture, I just liked his like expression. He just happened to be holding a sword in it. But yeah, the sword is two-sided, right? So the sword can help you to hurt or help, and it helps through the energy of destruction or deconstruction and dissolution. So there's some sort of dissolution of a false idea that you've had in your head, perhaps around someone, maybe a false illusion you had or expectations you had around a career or a relationship or what you thought you were doing or where you thought your life was heading. Those things are dissolving away during this month for you. So very empowering month for you. We have Jupiter energy coming through strong for you guys. This nakshatra Purvabhadapada is ruled by Jupiter. And it's about evolution. It's also that sci-fi energy, and it's connected to the lion. So group number one, way to go. You know, I feel like for you to be owning this energy, you're stepping into a lot of courage for yourself. Purvabhadapada is the 25th nakshatra. It adds up to 7. So that's that divinity coming through. I feel like you guys are very connected to your divinity. And this month, you're going to be feeling very empowered by your relationship to the divine. So you guys also got rhodochrosite. Let me see if I can pick up anything in here. Yeah, I'm just seeing someone reflect. I'm actually getting the second picture. I'm seeing someone sit and reflect on a rock. Rhodochrosite can sometimes be connected to our child magic, inner child magic. Sometimes it reminds me of a dragon egg, right? So like a rebirth happening and like something coming out of you. Yeah, and I'm seeing something flying here. So I think this is also a really good month, you know, if you really like to connect with your imagination. I'm seeing like a little illustration. If you like to come up with characters in your head, this is a really good month for you to explore creativity in a very imaginative way, or to use your imagination to resolve anything or whatever it is that, yeah. And I'm also getting this energy of like, if you meditate or if you rest, you might get a lot of interesting messages in your rest or in your meditation. You might see some like really interesting characters that are forming in your head, and these actually might be your guides, spirit, divine, your guardian angel, your angels communicating to you and just sort of letting you know what it's all about. Okay. Right, so let's go ahead and pull some more cards for you guys and see what your February energy is looking like. Nice. So you guys got the empty room. Yeah, so that's like an exit. It very much fits Purvabhadrapada, right? The exit from the world, beginning of the end. Pisces energy is about endings. So there's a really nice exit or ending that you're coming to terms with, where you're starting to feel a lot more peace and appreciation for something that's ending in your life. Perhaps it's a idea, it's a mentality, or it's a mindset that you were attached to for so long. And this is falling away. And I'm also getting like organization. So with this box, it feels like someone's packing things in their box and they're just kind of sifting through things and seeing what's relevant, what isn't relevant. So you might be donating some things this month, giving away some stuff. You might just be giving away emotional baggage, just realizing there are certain things you're not interested in holding on to. And it's going to be like a clear, I'm done with this kind of energy. And I think Spirit's really going to help to give you some insight, maybe around, could be relationship dynamics or a career path that you've been so dedicated to. They're going to give you some clarification about like what's the right fit for you. So as you're clearing away things, you're going to step into more clarity for what is for you, which I feel like is just so rewarding sometimes, because sometimes just not like seeing things not work out. Okay, that happens, but at times it's so helpful for us to, when we get that clarity of what's not for us and that baggage starts to clear away, it's so nice when it's starting to become more and more clear what is for you and what does work for you. So we'll go ahead and read more on that you guys shortly. Let's go ahead and pull some more cards. Okay. Oh, you guys got Neptune. Wow. Pisces energy. So Purvabhadrapada is in 20 degrees Aquarius to 3 degrees Pisces. I didn't really describe that part of it. Connected to Jupiter. So it's like the height and accumulation of Jupiterian energy. So this is going to be a very dreamy month for you. You might find some like fantasies or just like weird things happening that it's almost like, did I dream about this or am I dreaming or is this real kind of thing where, yeah, the dream state and the real tangible state kind of come together. That's what I'm picking up. But ultimately, Neptune is connected to our transcendence in our consciousness. So this is you raising in your states of consciousness. Purvabhadrapada is about evolution. So you might be evolving in your conscious states where you're probably surrendering, right? Surrendering, letting go. There's something where you're just like, okay, I'm okay with letting this go. It gives me so much more peace to let it go than to hold on to it. But again, Purvabhadrapada is also connected to Star Wars, sci-fi, so you might be feeling a bit imaginative when it comes to creativity, wanting to make some sci-fi characters, perhaps out of your imagination. And whatever creative ideas are coming to you during this time, Spirit is granting this to you, maybe helping you, these characters or whatever is showing up in your imagination is helping you to reflect more on what you want to work on in your life. I often find that artists, when they're creating things, it's a reflection of what they're experiencing in their life at that time. Like sometimes people that are seeking happiness, like Norman Rockwell, I heard was like quite depressed, but he always created these idyllic images on painting. They were so beautiful. And it seems like he just kind of made peace with that and lived with that energy. But the art itself was a way for him to connect more with that energy. And maybe because it was so physical, it was such just a tangible experience without there being a deeper spiritual exploration for him or realization or a conscious awareness where he was understanding that that's what he was truly seeking. Maybe that's why he wasn't able to come to this finalization of realizing what created true happiness for himself. So yeah, quite a dreamy month for you. Let's see what else wants to come through. We get Saturn. Yeah, so Saturn's going to be entering into Pisces. So you might find some things are going to be shifting into place. I'm hearing a click. So things are going to kind of click into place during this month. It's going to be new gears shifting here with Saturn. Yeah, and with the storm here is Edmund, the reason why we go through our dark night of the souls is usually because of Saturn triggering it. And Saturn entering in Prabhupada Pada, or it is in Prabhupada Pada right now, is teaching us a lot of lessons about letting go, right? Those harsh endings that have to happen in order for us to grow, in order for us to gain wisdom and strength. You know, Saturn is where you put in the hard work and diligence into something. So there is a culmination of hard work that you've been putting into yourself that's actually helping you to gain so much more clarity on your path. And you're going to step forward, you know, into your new beginning, particularly around 2026. You're going to be stepping into a new beginning with a profound sense of insight. And that wisdom and insight is going to magnetize opportunities to like nobody's business. Okay. Yeah, so Saturn is also asking you to embrace the quiet energy. It's asking you to embrace patience right now. Subtlety, taking those subtle steps. Just self-care, working on yourself before we're feeling like we have to jump into action to make something happen. Or not jump into action at all. Okay, so we have here cardinal energy showing up. So this is like an initiation or something starting that's new. Yeah, I was kind of getting like creative projects, starting something new, getting clarity on your pathway or whatever it is that you're wanting to begin. So some part of your spirit is telling you to pioneer this mysterious aspect of your life with this Neptune energy. You know, some part of you is calling to embark on a new, totally new journey and a new experience that's actually going to give you genuine fulfillment. Here. And it's asking for you to be brave, right? You know, with this lit light match or candle, it's like a tiny little light is leading the way. And it's not like if you were in this dark room and you have that tiny little candle, you wouldn't be able to see much. But Spirit's wanting you to trust the little bit of light and direction that you're being given and the guidance that you're being given during this time of your life, and to let it direct you in terms of what you're being called to do. Okay. Right. We got success and energy. Nice. So yeah, rest is going to be really important. Recuperation with this energy. A light inside my fire divine. Energy fill me. Make me shine. So this is going to be a really good time for you to just like relax, rejuvenate, because ultimately on the other side of this renewal that you're going through, there's going to be success here. And this is success that's created out of integrity. Genuine integrity. It asks for you to really think about how your choices and decisions is impacting your life and others. Okay. Beautiful. Yeah, I feel like you're also going to be feeling somewhat successful about something. And it looks like it's definitely has something to do with like developing discipline within yourself. Like, oh, I'm so happy that I'm able to like really see this with clarity and with maturity. Like there's going to be a success in terms of your maturation and your mature mindset this month. This is a really good time. I mean, this energy is giving me more rest, but you know, if there are things you're feeling called to do, like if you energetically feel called to create, make, or go for a hike, then go ahead and do those things that inspire you. All right, so you got chocolate, 9 Libra, satisfaction, perfection, love, romance, and treating yourself. Very nice. Good stuff. Aphrodisiac. Yeah. So this is it's going to be a really wonderful month for just like sort of beautiful vibes, beautiful feelings to show up, you know, whether it comes to family, maybe spending some time with friends. I'm seeing some like really nice community experiences where you're connecting with others and you're feeling content in that energy. You might just find that the simplest things brings a smile to your face as well. Maybe some of you are going out to have a really delicious meal with friends or family or a significant other. You might be feeling called to perhaps splurge on yourself, or someone might be splurging on you. Yeah. There's some sort of I'm getting like a thoughtful gift or gesture that's coming your way this month that's just going to give you the feels. All right, let's go ahead and start pulling some tarot. 6 of Wands again. Interesting. Yeah, so this is going to be a month where I feel like you're really owning your confidence, and perhaps you've had a different approach to things, so that at times you've thought to yourself, I don't know that people are going to really understand what it is I'm doing or what direction I'm being called to go in my life. If you're really being called to transcend and step into higher levels of consciousness, this really calls for you to go against like logical programming of how other people operate. And I feel like you're feeling really confident this month and about owning that. And you're saying to yourself, you know what? I think I'm onto something. Or not I think, I know I am. I know I'm doing what's right in my heart. So stay true to that. And the universe, I feel like, is going to give you a little bit of a gift for your loyalty to yourself, your heart, the mission, perhaps, if you want to call it that. Okay, let's see. We got the Chariot. Yeah, so moving on, there's like victory or success. So I feel like you're going to be overcoming some sort of obstacle or some sort of obstacle you have been overcoming. I feel like you're going to be facing it with more confidence and self-assurance this month and owning that. So there's going to be progress this month. You might see some things shift just energetically around you. You might feel a shift in you to start to initiate or to continue forward with a better mindset and optimism about how you want to go about doing things. Okay, we have Five of Wands came out reverse, so I think that's a good omen. What else would you like to tell us about the Five of Wands here? We have the Hierophant. Yeah, so trust your gut. Trust your intuition, trust your gut. You know, I was seeing the cross. We got the Hierophant here. There's some divine energy that's guiding you here. And this is what's going to help you to get through any kind of mental conflict or external conflict that you're experiencing in your life. And I'm also saying they're fighting for you. They're kind of taking it down for you or taking care of it. So whatever conflict you feel like has been showing up either in your life repeatedly, pattern-wise, or anything that might show up during this month, just know that you're taken care of. So they're telling you right here, taken care of. You don't have to worry about it. Be resilient. Okay. So I'm going to roll the Astro dice after I read this part of the empty room. The empty room haunts us all. The vortex, the abyss, the nothing. It is the universal and all too frequent feeling of lack, of wanting, of the craving to fill ourselves with something, anything. We too often attempt to remedy the discomfort of the empty room by any means necessary, leading us to a culture of more. Ironically, the empty room is filled to the brim with potential, yet we perceive it as not enough. This card is a cry for patience, for sitting within the barren walls of not knowing, for awaiting true vision and purpose before attaching to what we should do next to save our outward appearance. Be with the nothingness, be with the impatience. The empty room has immense power. Let others wonder what you are doing. Ooh, there's some advice there about others. Let others wonder what you're doing. If you can settle in the magic of the emptiness, you will soon hear its whispers of the wisdom. Of wisdom. So empty room is connected to spaciousness, potential, and possibility. Yeah, and I feel like definitely for the cardinal energy, this is about potential of anything happening. And this is what you're stepping into your life right now, is like, ooh, this energy of anything is possible. Anything can happen. And as opposed to maybe in the past where you felt fearful of that potential, this time around, you're feeling a lot more excited about it, and you're looking forward to that. All right, we'll roll the Astro dice to conclude the reading here. All right, we have here 8th house, we have K2, or the South Node, and we have Leo. Nice. So a little bit of the ego death is happening as well, just around a fixation around how you wanted things to go. This is something I think you're getting a lot more comfortable with releasing. A K2 in 8th house is actually a really positive energy, because 8th house is about things that we're having to let go when it comes to our subconscious programming, and K2 thrives in the 8th house because it wants to dissolve. It wants things to dissolve, it wants that dissolution to happen, it wants to let things go. K2 is also connected to our divinity, our hidden aspects of ourselves as well, our past life, and the 8th house, I would say, yeah, is definitely connected to the past life as well. So there's some sort of past life, maybe past life or just wisdom or ancient wisdom, primordial wisdom that is being made available to you and through your subconscious. Spirit is kind of giving you some hints here and there about what it is you're being called to do or not do, actually. Maybe just relax and take it easy. Go on vacation. With that Leo energy here, this is about building your confidence as well. K2 and Leo can be interesting because this could be about like a genuine like a genuine confidence in oneself, because it's not coming from what I want. It's coming more from a sense of, this is what I feel is right. So this is what you're embracing for yourself, is you're just doing the thing that you feel is right for you and staying true to that. And that's what Spirit is just encouraging you, like, stay true to that, let it go. Whatever ending or release thing is happening, I feel like there's a conclusion, a part of a chapter or conclusion that's happening in this month where it's going to be clear to you, all right, this is sort of done. We're kind of letting this aspects of this go. So there's like a confident letting go that's happening during this month as well. Yeah. All right, so we're going to go ahead and end your reading here, group number 1. I hope you guys enjoyed that. So like, subscribe to support, and let me know if this resonated. Thank you. Bye. Hey, group number 2, welcome to your reading. If you chose the calm version of Edmond Dantes' story, then this is going to be the reading for you. All right, so let me just go ahead and meditate and see whatever wants to come through first. Okay, so I was picking up a bit of a dancing energy for this month. If you've ever seen a dancer, anyone dancing, it was feeling like synchronized swimming and synchronized swimming and synchronized dancing is what I was picking up. So there may be an energy of where you're just feeling called to dance with life, or you're learning how to dance with life, because I'm sort of seeing these dancers on stage and they know their positions, like they know where to move. But the cool thing about dance, let's say you're coming up with a dance in the moment, you're spontaneously dancing with the members around you, and you're listening to the music. What Spirit wants you to do is just to listen to the song, listen to the music, listen to those subtle shifts, and that will kind of let you know how to shift and how to move. Or they've been teaching you a dance and you're getting better at it. It's also what I'm getting. Like, you've been rehearsing this dance over and over and you just kind of know how it goes. So this month is going to be a month where you're just sort of owning whatever energy you have been previously owning. They're calling you to continuously own that and to do the dance, and you know the dance. So I'm getting like a confidence from this group where it's like, you know what to do. You kind of just, you know it energetically. You're attuned, you're in alignment, you're intuitive, and you're pretty confident with your intuition. So at this point, you just need to continuously trust your flow and trust your own inner guidance. Let that show you the way. Okay. So you guys got the calm. So in this image, it looks like Edmund is sitting on the side of the rocks and he's reflecting and he's meditating. It looks like everything's a little, with the storm, right? This is the calm after the storm. Everything is sort of calmed down. And he's just thinking about how everything is panned out for him. So this month you might be feeling quite nostalgic in terms of just thinking about how things have been unfolding for you. And I think in general, maybe this month is also going to be quite calm for you as well. So long as I've heard like what a really good exercise to do is at the end of your day is to reflect on what you did and what you said. Maybe you guys are coming to this maturation point for yourselves where you're realizing, when I take the time to reflect and think about what I did, what I said, I can see more of my patterns and my programming playing out. And instead of participating in behaviors that aren't, like being impulsive, being angry, instead of participating in those behaviors, I'm consciously making a choice to do differently. And I feel so much more calmer about that because now I sort of know how my mechanism works, right? So we all have a bit of a programming within us. I mean, we have certain modes of operation. We have triggers. We all do. We all have triggers. We all have habits. Some of them good, some of them not so good. And I feel like this month you're getting really efficient at understanding that and then learning how to tackle things in a much healthier way, more peaceful way, something that's helping you to advance in life or just feel more at peace, create the peace for yourself, as opposed to, instead of working against yourself, working for yourself, working in advantage of more love, more positivity, more peace of mind. So I think that's what's coming through for you. as well. Yeah. Okay, so you guys got, I guess, in the movie, the calm part, I think this started to come after Edmund came out of his imprisonment and he got the fortune. Like, he had everything, and then he was just sort of like, and he was set on revenge. But I think as he was seeking his revenge, he started to be a lot more mature about his actions and choices. And instead of him receiving this personal benefit of him taking revenge against those who hurt him, these people were actually actively working against him and plotting against him again behind his back. So it wasn't about revenge anymore. It just became about tactics, like clarity of tactics and strategy, and him understanding what the right thing was to do. And by the end of the day, like, these people were not, they didn't learn their lesson before, they didn't learn their lesson after. And he, at that point, was just kind of like over it. He had become like an old man, and he was just sort of over the drama and over the hype of it all. And it was crazy because while he was in prison, he was just so obsessed with revenge. But then after he got out, he set to take actions. And then when he started to get what he wanted, he was realizing it was impacting people. And it made him really think about, is this something I really want to participate in? I don't even know that I care anymore. So you guys might having these moments during this month where you're like, I don't know why I cared so much about this thing. I wanted it so bad before, and now I don't. Like, why did I want this so bad? Yeah. And I feel like by doing that, you're also feeling more empowered. Okay. So your Oracle card is also connected to Purnavasu here, which is 20 degrees Gemini to 3 degrees Cancer. And this is the energy of good again, wealthy again. Purnavasu translates into becoming Vasu again, becoming good again. So this is where things start to lift up. The storm starts to totally fade away into forgetfulness, and good energy starts to step into place of peace. And sometimes it's so weird, like peace will just fall into our life, and because we're so used to drama or things not working out, we almost feel like we don't deserve it when good things start to happen to us. And I feel like that's the energy I'm picking up from Edmund in this second Oracle card here. It's like, whoa, things are working out very good for me. What did I do to deserve this? I was plotting revenge, but now it's like, why do I need that when I have my integrity, when I have my truth? Okay, so you guys got the green onyx here as well. Let me see if I can pick up anything coming through. Yeah, I'm getting this energy of grace. That's what I've been picking up. Yeah, for that card, grace. So there's going to be grace showing up for you this month, whether it's someone helping you out, whether it's just like a lot of peaceful days unfolding before you. It looks like you might even have some time alone to spend where you just feel very content and at peace with yourself. So this is a time of just gentle grace, perhaps gentle rest, gentle reflection during this month. Beautiful. There's a lot of grace surrounding you, and I'm seeing like, guides, light beings around you who are just cheering you on and supporting you. Beautiful. Okay. Yeah, I'll see if there's anything else I want to pick up about Purnavasu. I think Purnavasu is ruled by, is it connected to Jupiter? Perhaps. This is energy of being a homebody, about harmony, sensitivity, caring, accommodating. So I think taking the time to care for yourself is first priority. And then, if others offer that to you, that's just the icing on the cake. Here. Yeah. But there might be some like good luck gestures or kindness coming your way during this. I'm not going to say maybe. There is. And it might actually show up in the form of actual monetary wealth or physical wealth, or just someone gifting you something kindly. Like, I'm saying someone makes something for you. So someone might gift you something they've made for you. Okay. Let's pull some cards. Oh, you got the warrior. Yeah. I'm hearing what battles are worth fighting and what battles are not. right? And the biggest battle we fight is the one within ourselves, just like Edmund. It was that energy of revenge he was actually fighting. It wasn't what everyone did to him. It's that, I don't know what you want to call it, that temptation to hurt someone else back. That's what he was fighting. Because, you know, there's always going to be people who are conflicting and triggering and are hurtful. But really, we're fighting with ourselves, our behavior and how we respond or react to things. Reaction, you can't really fight it, but respond, yes. So you guys, Pranavasu is connected to 7, so divinity, energy, 7th nakshatra. And you have your 10 here with the warrior. We get is it the buffalo or cow? One of them. A cow skull. And we got a snake winding through. We got a diamond here on the forehead and a rainbow in between. Yeah, I feel like this is about facing death or being fearless, right? So perhaps whatever trials have been showing up for you, they've taught you how to be fearless. And maybe the thing that you were actually fighting was fear. And you're stepping into this energy now where you're like, you know what? Now that I went through that, I actually feel more fearless. And I'm actually happy I went through that because it taught me how to be fearless. And it taught me about, you know, with the snake here, this kundalini energy. So that's like your chakras. It taught me how to harmonize my chakras from within. Or maybe it taught me to go to God or the divine as opposed to just going to myself or my mind or my patterns or my fearful patterns to resolve things. And in it, I found all of this beautiful spectrum within myself of light. So you're a diamond, right? And the diamond, when you shine light through it, it refracts all of the colors, or reflects all, I don't know if it's refract or reflect, but it reflects all of the colors. And that's you. And the diamond, especially like quartz, it has to go through like a purification process of heat. So the more heat put onto it, the more pure it becomes. And perhaps the more multifaceted it becomes as well. Through the process of just aging and pressure of life, it becomes more beautiful. So maybe you're starting to come to this realization that all of those obstacles that showed up for you actually made you more beautiful, more interesting, gave you more depth. Okay, so we'll read on that shortly. Let's just go ahead and pull some more cards for you guys and see what else wants to come through. You might be called to do some poetry or writing. Pranavasu is connected to writing. We have here new beginnings. Beautiful. We get the butterfly with the number 44 also showing up for you here. Beautiful. So you've been going through a wonderful transformation. It says here, let this magic in my spell clear the space in which I dwell. So I think this space has been clearing for you. Storm is clearing away. Yeah, you might feel this energy of a new beginning shifting into your life. I actually want to say, so I'm kind of getting this energy of the butterfly peeking out of the cocoon. So you actually might feel like there's a butterfly moment happening for you where you're like, okay, I'm kind of peeking out of my cocoon. I don't know that I've completed my transformation yet, but I've definitely completed level 1 through 10, and then maybe there's a few more levels to complete after that. So I'm definitely hearing that Spirit wants you to appreciate how far you've come, how much work you've put into yourself. Okay. So I have here the North Node, Destiny. And we have here Scorpio, Transformation. Yeah, so you've been going through a very intense purification process. You've been facing your fears. We got another snake reference here. Yeah, so the snake, yeah, I feel like it could represent us facing our fears. The snake also represents our Shakti life force energy and learning how to redirect it. So it's taken me to like when a kid is wasteful. Let's say they're throwing tantrums and they're mad and they're just stomping all over the place. And then through maturation and some discipline of the mother and the father, the kid starts to realize what its behavior is actually doing, and then it starts to realize that its behavior is actually working against it, not helping it. So I feel like you've been going through an intense purification and purging where you've been quite disciplined and humbled by certain life experiences that have matured you. So this is a really strong month of maturation for you, and realizing there are certain the reason why you were reactive in certain experiences is because you were just fearful of you were fearful. It was fear that was actually controlling you. And our fear calls for us to control circumstances and situations externally as opposed to just appreciating what wants to unfold. So there's a beautiful purging that's happening, and you're going to be feeling a lot more light because of that. With the North Node, this is also opening the door for you. It's opening the door for new experiences. You're kind of starting to get a peek into like what's next. And perhaps you're also destined to go through this. Maybe you're coming to this realization too. It's like, oh, I was destined to go through this transformation during my life. I was destined to face some sort of fear. Perhaps you have some Scorpio energy in your chart as well, or 8th house energy in your chart, and you were always called to face some fears, and you're starting to realize, oh my gosh, it was just destiny. It's kind of crazy. Right? I was always meant for this. I was always meant to be more fearless. So maybe life will call you to continuously go on transformations where you evolve. Even this 4 adds up to 8, right? And you're building yourself up with that 8 energy of prosperity. You're actually building the prosperity from the inside out because you're becoming irreplaceable, like Beyonce. Okay, we have the urn. 5 Cancer, so connection to the Cancer energy and this dynamic of endings, things ending, things starting. Yeah. Purnavasya is this energy of also returning back safely home after a mission. So perhaps you've been on this energetic, soulful mission. Your soul's been on this mission to go through certain learning experiences, and you're returning from that mission, and you're returning with a lot of wisdom and insight for yourself here. Facing fear, facing death. The fear, so our ultimate fear is death, and pretty much everything that we fear is just a microcosm of death. It's a version of death. Everything that we experience that we fear is just a fear of death. So there's a change of state that's happening. Whatever is done is done. You're being called to step into something new. Perhaps you've gone through a breakup. There might have been a passing that may have recently happened in your life that has transformed. With that 5 there, it's transformed your thinking. It's made you more appreciative. Perhaps you've been going through a grieving process of anything. It could be a job, a career, a circumstance, something you had previously before. And this has also sort of dissolved your illusion around the material and how things come and go. Right? There's this realization of like, wow, things come and go. People, you lose people. Things end. Okay, we have your bodybuilder. I was just talking about building up your strength. Yeah, so you're learning about your strength. You're learning how powerful you are. With that 6 Capricorn, you're learning you're a builder. You learn you build your strength from the inside out. And maybe you're also learning that this earth is your school, and it will teach you whether you want to or not, because it's just destiny unfolding. Yeah, but this has also taught you so much how to be very determined. We have here 3 of Swords here. So it's like that heartbreak actually breaks the heart open. Maybe that's what you're learning as well. It's like it actually just made me more compassionate. I was afraid to get my heart broken, but it actually made me more kind and considerate and compassionate, and it helped me to grow. Yes, fearless warrior. I got my heart broken, but turns out there's another stronger heart underneath it. All right, let's go ahead and pull some tarot for you guys. See what wants to come through, and we'll read about the warrior afterwards. Awesome. Yeah, you're a warrior. You're the Knight of Wands. So you might actually uncover that you have a passion for facing fears. You know, I've been watching these videos of people climbing high heights, these shorts of people climbing heights, jumping over cliffs, jumping out of planes, and I'm like, oh my God, that's terrifying. But it's helping them to face their fear. The thing is, those are external ways for us to face our fear, but ultimately the things that scare us the most are the things that we avoid facing, and those are things that you're destined to face no matter what. So we're all going to have to face some form of fear. It just makes us more passionate about life, and maybe you actually learn that you're quite passionate at facing your fears. And this would also give strong fire energy in the chart as well. If you have any fire in your chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or you might have some sort of transit happening in those houses or over those signs where you're learning how to be more fearless. Here. You're learning how to stay determined and stay focused on your mission, what you want to do, what you feel called to do, what you feel called to be about as well. Yeah, so look at that. 9 of Swords, facing our fears. Facing our fears. You're also learning that a lot of our fears are psychological. They're psychological, they're energetic, they're DNA, but they're not you. So you're learning how to manage your fears. You know, when I go through this, this is what happens. I think this is going to be a really great month for you to just acknowledge how good you are. You're a lot better at facing your fears than you think. So whatever obstacle could have shown up in the past repeatedly through patterns or something that might be showing up this month in March, you're going to get through it, and you're going to get through it with determination and fire. Like I'm seeing something yell and then a lion and a lion roaring back. So you are the lion roaring back and saying, I don't think so. Bossu is connected to the serpent energy. And we got 2 snake references here. And even with the North Node, that's the head of the dragon. The dragon can be considered sort of a serpent reference. So strong serpent energy for this group. Like you guys really own your Shakti life force energy well when you really own it. You have the ability the strength to redirect it. Basically take the higher road, no matter what. Okay, we have here King of Swords. Okay, you guys are tough. We got King of Swords. Yeah, so as far as your states of consciousness and evolution within yourself, you are learning how to master, you know, with that 44 we had underneath here. You're learning how to master your states of consciousness. And, you know, the rainbow also takes me to states of consciousness too. You're learning how to master higher states of consciousness and embrace it. And I'm hearing that this is really going to teach you how to master anything in your life when it comes to any kind of external goal you're pursuing, like career or life purpose, a calling, or perhaps when it comes to relationship dynamics or moving through any kind of difficulty. You are called to face difficult experiences in life, and you're learning how to face it with a lot of grace. And perhaps it's also prepping you to be a teacher, to give back, to teach people, to offer words of advice. Yeah, so any obstacle you've had to face is only strengthening you. It's only making you more equipped to help people with that same obstacle. Yeah. Okay. Did I pull all the cards? I think so. Let's go ahead and read about the warrior, the samurai, the soldier, the advocate. You know, it's funny. Every time I do, I've done shorts on TikTok and on my YouTube channel about the King of Swords, and he's always kind of that samurai. I think I did do a samurai. I think I did it. It's kind of funny. Okay. The samurai, the soldier, the advocate. We often envision the warrior as an armored figure with the sword in hand, moving blindly toward battle. Yet the deeper aspects of this archetype brings us face to face with death itself. The warrior stands precariously at the edge of life and death, trusting the eternal to guide the sword's blade. The warrior's work requires presence, alignment, and purpose. If and when the warrior loses its center, meaningless confrontations and violence are their default response. When this card appears, it is important to question the battle at hand. Okay, cool. Mentioned that earlier about what's worth fighting for. It is likely a great one with deep roots and long-standing tensions. The actions you take will stay with you long after the dust settles. So choose wisely, brave one. As you draw your sword, realign with the eternal wisdom within, then surrender to the battle. Fierce clarity, purposeful action, resolve, and resilience. Ooh, that's good. Yeah, I feel like that's a lot of things I said earlier about the Count of Monte Cristo and the energy that was coming through for his story. Okay. We got Uranus, second house, Libra. Ooh, strong air sign coming through. Yeah, so there's like a mastery of your mindset. The second house to me takes me to Taurus energy. It takes me to basics, learning how to master the basics or simplicity or our habits. Second house is the house of value as well. Perhaps you're learning how to embrace words or a mindset that brings value to you. It teaches you how to value life better, value others, and value yourself. There also might be something about teaching, an opportunity to give back. Uranus is connected to the collective, so there might be an opportunity for you to give back in some way, either during this month or in the future, when it comes to your mindset, your skill that you're learning how to master during this time. Libra energy, this is about coming into balance, maybe balancing our Shakti life force energy, or just feeling the calm, right? This is definitely a reflection of this energy of calm with that Libra. This is when the waters have calmed down and they've sort of mellowed out here. So you might be learning that you have this calm essence or nature within you that you're able to connect to. Surprisingly, you might be like, usually I get passionate about things, but you might find that there's an undercurrent of calm that you're able to always connect to within yourself. Uranus is also the intellectual genius, so this might be just a really great time to, if you feel called to, you can act on certain ideas you want to share, whether this is journaling, writing, YouTube, content creation. You can share this information with people. Be like, oh my gosh, this is what helps me. Maybe you feel called to share your story and understand that there's like a higher perspective, collective relatability to your story. Yeah. So that's going to be the end of your reading here, group number 2. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Like, subscribe to support, comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hey, group number 3, welcome to your reading. If you chose the gold for the Count of Monte Cristo, Edmond Dantes life experience, and this is going to be the reading for you. All right, let me go ahead and meditate and just see whatever wants to come through first for you guys for your March reading. Okay, I got the Tree of Life. Really nice. So the Tree of Life is connected to knowledge. It's also connected to growth. It also gives me this energy of coming to a temple of sorts where the material meets the immaterial. So it's like learning, like I'm getting this energy of reverence and sacredness, learning that this world is sacred, that we live in this material world is actually quite magical. It has an undercurrent of sacredness connected to it. That's what I'm picking up. Yeah. So I feel like you're embracing, this is a really good month, either to pray, like I'm just seeing someone sitting on a tree praying, but you're going to be receiving knowledge as well, continuous knowledge and insight. I think that's what life is about. Maybe you're also just coming to this realization that that's what it is about. It's like you can learn something from everything. And I'm seeing you in this place of really embracing being a student. So you might be learning something new, or you might have been on a continuous journey of learning, and you're just embracing this learning, the learnings. You're just like, oh my gosh, I'm learning so much. Like, this is great. I love learning. I love learning more about myself. And that's the number one thing every human wants. And that's why life coaching will never go out of business, because by the end of the day, we all just want to understand ourselves. And life coaching is the career title that we slap onto the art of learning about oneself or understanding oneself. Yeah. Very nice. Okay, so you guys got the gold. So Edmund received his gold after a friend of his gave him some insight to a hidden treasure on the island of Monte Cristo. So he escaped the fortress prison, and he set for, I don't know if he swam. I don't know how he got, I didn't read the book. Okay, I just watched the movie, but he somehow made it to the island of you know what? I think he met some people in the movie on the island he was imprisoned to, or on, and they helped him to, or maybe he swam to a neighboring island and they helped him find the treasure, but he had memorized it. I read up on it. He like memorized where the treasure was. Yes, treasure. What beautiful references does treasure not have? Like Spirit's always telling us that we are the treasure, and the treasure is within us, or the kingdom of heaven is within us. It's all within us. And the treasure is about learning how to value yourself or value life. Of course, Edmund received external financial compensation, but he went on a very intensive dark night of the soul journey to actually be able to even access that gold. He lived a very humble, even like a poor life. He was happy with it. But then life had other plans for him and said, I'm going to make you rich and wealthy, but you're going to have to learn some things first. You're going to have to be able to handle this gold with integrity and honor. And that's the best kind of life experience that we can be offered, because, some people, they're honestly destined to get the gold without the integrity. And there's just so much compromising of one's integrity and other people's integrity that goes into continuously making money like that. And yeah, there's definitely emotional repercussions to that. It's hard to really enjoy life when you give away your integrity for money. So in this case, he had the opposite experience. And I think a lot of you, have had that opposite experience with yourself, where you had to do some deep work on yourself to learn your own value, the gold. So interestingly enough, Edmund received this money, but he honestly could care less about it. And that was actually what made him, he didn't care about money before he had it, and he honestly didn't care about it afterwards. He just used it to take revenge. He just wanted revenge. But even on the path to him seeking revenge, he didn't really care. Like, he started to he's like, I'm not getting any joy out of this. This is not worth fighting for. Through that journey of him seeking revenge and coming to that realization, he realized that what he really valued was priceless. He valued honor, he valued integrity, and he valued love. And he realized wherever he went, as long as he had those things, he could care less. So you guys have been going through a refinement process. We have here a Knight of Wands. We have here Ace of Wands. Beautiful. And you guys also got the Herkimer Diamond. So the Herkimer Diamond, this is about us experiencing the pressures of life, and through the pressure, we are refined, we're purified, and we start to receive the wisdom, the insight, raised in our states of consciousness as a result. Beautiful. And it looks like you're finding like your spirit is elevating. So during the month of March, you're going to feel like my spirit feels exalted, feels elevated. I feel supported by life. I feel supported by the divine. And it's because of me seeing that I had to go through certain experiences that taught me some things. It refined me. Okay, so through the Herkimer Diamond here, yeah, I'm seeing this energy of like the hidden treasure. I think you're just getting some really beautiful insight into what the treasure is in your life. What do you really value? Maybe you value your children, your connections with your kids or your family, or you value gardening, like simple things like that, experiences like that. You're finding where the treasure is. And I'm seeing that the divine spirit is really just proud of you. They're just like, oh my gosh, you're doing such a wonderful job. You're doing so good. You're just going through these experiences. I mean, they're cheering you on. Whether we do good or not good, divine is unconditionally loving. So it doesn't really matter, does it? Okay. So you guys got the Knight of Wands. So this is Rohini Nakshatra, which is in 10 degrees Taurus to 26 degrees Taurus. The growing one is Rohini, and Rohini is where Jupiter is right now. Towards mid-year, it'll be transitioning into Mrigashira, which is Taurus to Gemini. So Rohini is connected to the ox cart. This is about like the material world, or stability in general. Stability, value, second house energy here. It's also connected to this energy of abundance and prosperity. preserving through difficulty, finding one's purpose, perhaps through difficulty as well. And it says here, idealism in love, beauty, and relationships. Yeah, Rohini could be like a very romantic energy. And it could be about maybe some of that superficial romance until one stays in a relationship and they actually learn, well, what really makes a beautiful relationship and connection with someone else. Rohini is also connected to Brahma, the creator of the universe. The creator of the universe. So you might be getting some really beautiful insight into what created this universe? How am I created? How do I operate? So you also got Jyeshtha. So this is Ace of Wands. Jyeshtha is the 18th nakshatra. I think Rohini is, Aswini, Bhadrani, Kritika, Rohini. So 4th nakshatra. So 4, stability, grounding. And they got Jyeshtha, which adds up to 9 with the 18. So this is 16 degrees Scorpio to 30 degrees Scorpio. Jyeshtha is about this eldest, this energy of eldest, this energy of divine protection. And we have alchemy, the Oberos, which is Shakti, life force energy, Rahu Ketu, Kundalini, that's the snake, the head and the tail, and the full circle energy of things coming together. Yeah, Jyeshtha is really cool because it gives this energy like kingly. So I didn't really think about that when I chose, I think I was thinking more about Rohini when I chose the gold. But yeah, Jyeshtha, materialistically, both Rohini and Jyeshtha, actually they might be opposite nakshatras, huh? Yeah, they do. They are. So it's interesting because we have this reference to the head and the tail of the snake. And Rohini and Jyeshtha are opposite nakshatras of one another. So there might be this energy of coming to this full realization where you're finding a balance between your material. Yes, I said that, right? With the tree, the material and the sacred. The hidden, the occult, the divine. It's very empowering nakshatra, though, because it's about leadership. And this gives the energy of the eldest. Like, this is someone who either they're always leading, they tend to be, like, they're either the older sibling, or this is someone who just has innate ability to lead because they had to go through maturation. They have to go through difficulties. And as a result, they were able to develop maturity within themselves, and they actually make a great mentor for other people to look up to. Jyeshtha is also connected to the energy of the king. Really cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull some more cards for you guys and see what else wants to come through. Yeah. I feel like as far as your March is looking, it's actually looking quite balanced. I think physically you might be feeling quite healthy, energetic, yet at the same time there's this energy of this sacredness and feeling connected spiritually. Should we take that? They came out so weird. The Vision, the box. And you got a million other cards. Okay, I'm going to shuffle again and just see what wants to come through. It's a snake. And we got the orphan. Okay. Let me pull some more cards for you guys. Yeah, I mean, I think did I talk about it? I mentioned that he had to go through his imprisonment, and during any sort of obstacle in our lives, even if people are around us, sometimes we still feel like we're alone. And this is actually like an archetypal experience that people have to go through, especially when you're reaching into higher levels of consciousness, is this energy of either isolation or independence, where you have to embrace sometimes that you're not going to be surrounded by people who understand you or who agree with you. But that's even better because that helps you to build a strong sense of independence and trust with your own intuition and yourself. And referring back to the student here, the orphan here, is about learning how to conquer your fears of survival, learning how to overcome, face your fears, face your obstacles, and navigated in this feeling of this energy of being alone, maybe materially or in the physical reality, it might seem like you are alone, but spiritually you're not. And that's a lesson we all have to learn, is no matter what, you're never alone. No matter what. But sometimes you have to go through experiences where you feel like you're alone. That's a very human experience, and we all have abandonment issues. So it's perfectly normal. Okay. So we'll read more on that. Okay, got Capricorn. Woohoo! We're getting strong earth energy for this group. So as far as your physical reality goes, I feel like this has been, so what March is teaching you, what's coming up for March, is a sense of purpose from your obstacles. You're having a stronger sense of dharma, of your purpose, of where you're being called to move in because of the difficulties or the trials you've had to face. Like Capricorns have to go through things because it's Saturn ruled, and they definitely have to go through things when it comes to the material world. But all of this actually makes them great leaders, great teachers. And they're responsible with their money, right? With the gold. It actually makes you more responsible with money when you've learned what it's like not to have it. So the universe is actually, yeah, Virgo. So much earth energy, okay. The universe is really revealing to you guys, whatever those physical obstacles you've gone through, they're temporary. And I'm seeing that there's some sort of, if you want to, maybe confirmation, you call it a confirmation. There's something that's going to be showing up for you, either when it comes to career, a career idea, a career opportunity, or a physical gift of some sort that's going to confirm to you that you're on the right path. So I don't know what this group is up to, but you guys seem quite active, and there's something churning for you. There's like something really being activated for you this month. And honestly, this energy, I haven't seen this combination of energy in a long time. So to me, what that's telling me is you're coming to some sort of culmination around a lesson of the sort when it comes to money, responsibility, and leadership. Yeah, and then Virgo is also connected to the purification process as well. So making sure you take care of your body. What are your physical habits, your day-to-day habits? And also whatever purification routine you're embracing for yourself when it comes to your mindset. How do you think? Like, what are your habitual thoughts, mindset? And I'm hearing that you guys are in this place of developing a really strong mindset when it comes to your relationship with the material world. Like you're understanding, oh, okay. Like I'm hearing you guys are never going to have, in the far, maybe for, I don't know, down the line, you guys are never going to have money issues again because you understand the value of yourself, the material world, your body, and the impact, like how you use money, how you spend it, like that. You're coming to some sort of realization of that this month. And you guys have a destiny, like a strong, with the Gesha energy, you have a strong destiny where you've had to sacrifice. But this sacrifice, there's a reward. There's some sort of treasure that comes with the sacrifice that you've had to make. So we got here imagination and true love come to me. Whoa, what are you guys not getting? Group number 3. This is so funny. Okay, so you guys got 26. We'll talk about that afterwards. Let's talk about imagination. Okay, so you guys have some clearer lessons that are coming through with this orphan energy, and you got true love come to me. Perhaps you've had to go through this lesson of feeling alone, maybe being around people who aren't quite like you or think like you, because you've had to learn how to value yourself in spite of feeling alone. And this is the reward here. Is you're understanding how to truly love yourself, and then this is also magnetizing true love into your life. You might also just see it reflected in the supportive people who are currently in your life as well. Just being very supportive towards you, kind, loving towards you, kind gestures. This hand looks like an offering of a sort, like someone giving you flowers. So I feel like there's some sort of flowers or sweet gesture that's coming towards you in this month as well. I'm getting strong family vibes as well with all of these energies. strong family. I think this group has strong family values, and that's definitely going to be reflected in your connections this month. Okay, we have 41 imagination. Imagination now sets me free. Divine ones, I send my thanks to thee. Yeah, maybe at times you've been so fixated on the material world and expectations of what you think should be unfolding that you've missed opportunities to use your imagination. And I think this is part of a lesson that you've had to learn. It's like you actually have potential to experience more. Like Edmund was poor and he actually didn't really care about being ambitious until he was imprisoned. And then he used that revenge mindset to help him to focus and motivate him to actually build his ambitions. He didn't have an ambitious mindset before. So sometimes the difficulties in our life make us more ambitious. And this group, I'm getting strong ambition, okay? Strong ambition as far as maybe you weren't that ambitious before. You're just like, I'm okay with this little thing going on or whatever. But the universe is like, we want you to, it's not that they want you to think big in terms of like materialistically accumulating more stuff, but they just needed you to expand. And a lot of the people who are able to accumulate quite a bit of wealth are actually quite imaginative. Like they don't really have any limitations when it comes to what they can materially create in this world. And I feel like this inner expansion that you've gone through is actually prepping you for some generosity here. And it looks like there's going to be some generosity showing up for you in March when it comes to both connections and some sort of material reward, perhaps an advancement, a promotion in your career of some sort. But definitely spiritually, you guys have gotten a promotion and it's going to show up for you down the line without question. Okay, let's go ahead and read on the orphan. Oh, I didn't pull all the cards yet. I've been talking a lot for this group, so I'll pull one of these. And I didn't pull tarot yet. Okay. You guys got the corset. 4 Aquarius, held together, boundaries, restriction, structured, button up, holding it together, support, shape, shift, people pleaser. Yeah, definitely getting strong maturation vibes for this group where it's like you've had to hold it together through certain situations, and your ability to learn how to hold it together is actually prepping you for whatever responsibility. I'm getting responsibility. So there's some sort of responsibility, opportunity, promotion, job that's coming towards you here in the near future. And this has been prepping you, like building that mindset. So basically, how do you deal with stress or duress under pressure? How do you deal with pressure? The better you deal with pressure, the more expansive you become, the more the universe offers to you. So that's something to think about. When we can handle more pressure, we can handle more abundance too. So we have here the wounded child, the abandoned, the beggar. To study the orphan is to study the deep and challenging energy of our time. We are more connected, yet face collective isolation. The refugee crisis haunts our planet. Children are separated from parents, and Earth begs for our attention. We are in a time of universal orphanage of nature, of each other, of our own hearts. Take refuge in the fact that we all share this core wound and dilemma. That's weird. I kind of feel like I said some of that stuff earlier. I said we all have abandonment issues. It is normal to fear this card as it haunts the caverns of the soul. When it appears, take time, real time, to be in the presence of the feelings this card stirs in you. Let it humble you. What are you starving for? What is the deepest gift you could imagine giving to others? What has been rejected is quite possibly what is most needed, dear one. Deep solace, deep acceptance, and deep love. Deep, deep. Access this archetype through creative acts like drawing, painting, or writing. Keep it simple. Ask the orphan what it wants to draw, make, say. Yeah, so maybe connect with that inner orphan archetype in you and see what it wants to tell you. Where have you felt isolated in life? And what has that taught you? Okay, let's go ahead and pull some tarot. Oh, you're a divine child. That's beautiful. You guys got the sun card. Yeah, so this month, I'm getting a dual nature for this group. Like, this is a part of you that feels quite, like I was getting that student of life, and I was actually seeing like a youthful energy as well. All right, so I flipped out a tarot card, and we got the Sun card, and then I was going to pull some more cards, and my response to that was that it's connecting us to this energy of the divine child. Okay, let's see what else wants to come through for you guys. I have King of Cups and Six of Pentacles. Okay, so what they wanted to communicate to you guys for this reading, energy of generosity. So there is going to be some generosity showing up for you. There has been generosity showing up for you. You guys are the divine child. Some of you guys might be, resonate with being an earth angel, a star seed, a galactic being. You might resonate with any of those. And that's because you're in this high state of consciousness, realization, where you understand that you are a divine child, which means that the universe takes care of you. And it's only guiding you on your journey to realize your happiness. So I think you're really coming to this realization of understanding the lessons that you needed to go on to develop more generosity within yourself, to make more space to receive, right? And sometimes the universe is kind of cutthroat when it comes to that, because they're like, we need you to receive more. So in order for us to make you expand internally, we're going to make you retract externally. We're going to make the materialistic experience a little bit more difficult, because you need more contrast to set off your expansion. So I'm seeing like the Big Bang, or when people try to split, is it like a proton, a neutron, an atom? When you try to split an atom, there's an explosion that happens. And so that's sort of what your life experiences have been causing you, this journey. It's been helping you to expand through retraction, through pressure and compression, because we need contrast. So it's the compression that actually leads to the expansion. And the expansion creates expansion mentally, emotionally, physically, emotionally, makes you more receptive here. So they're trying to turn you into an ocean. And you guys have a beautiful imagination. Some of you guys are quite imaginative, quite creative. Whether you use this imagination to pray, to connect with the divine, which seems like you have a strong connection, I was picking up, or you use this to creatively make things. It doesn't really matter. They were talking about creativity for the orphan. So use your imagination, use your creativity to see what's hidden underneath the surfaces. The surface story might be, I'm alone, I'm struggling, I'm suffering, or whatever, but deep underneath the surface, there's so much more going on. And I find that the less we're experiencing externally, where life doesn't seem to be giving us all that much, the better, because it makes you go to your imagination. It takes me to Charlie in the chocolate factory. Charlie was poor, but his heart was gold, and it was golden, and that's why Willy Wonka gave the factory to him, because he's like, this kid is pure. And this kid is the legacy that he gives to this factory is going to be beautiful, because he's motivated by his heart. He wants to create a better life for, I don't know, was it his grandparents? Like, he wants to create a better life for his family. He actually has good family values. So I want to give it to him, because this guy's grounded. And that's the thing about grounded energy. We have to be grounded. We have to be connected to this earth, not just be like, I'm a space alien. We have to be grounded. We have to understand how we work, how our body works, how relationships work, how money or finances or the physical works, because we're here to experience this, right? And it looks like you're beautifully embracing this lesson for yourself, because you're embodying this mastery of the King of Cups. King of Cups. Very compassionate, detached, loving. He's Willy Wonka. King of Cups is Willy Wonka, and he's also Charlie, who I feel like Charlie is actually more of an earth energy. Charlie feels more earthy to me. Maybe a little earthy, maybe a little water, like Cancer. Yeah, I could see that. And Timothy Chalamet played the most recent Willy Wonka, and he has Pisces in his chart, quite strong. So strong imagination, right? You need that strong imagination to experience a very expansive life. So yeah, beautiful. There might be some sort of fatherly experience showing up for you during this time, either, from the divine where you just feel supported, or there may be a masculine figure who's providing you with generosity, kindness, kind gesture in your life as well. Okay, let's go ahead and roll the dice and the reading. You guys got Scorpio. We have Mars. Mars and Scorpio. Ooh, that's dangerous, man. Oh, man, that's gesture to the T in the 3rd house. Okay. Gesture is actually, interestingly enough, ruled by Mercury. So it's kind of cool that you guys got that combination. Yeah, so you guys are highly intelligent. We're all intelligent beings, but it seems like you guys are quite connected to your intelligence. Scorpios, to me, are very intelligent. That's why they can manipulate situations to their advantage. But otherwise, the other direction is that you use it to purify yourself. You use it to purge those darker aspects of yourself and maybe embrace the energy of sacrifice. So I'm hearing a sacrifice that's worth it. Whatever you feel like you've had to sacrifice or struggle with, it's been worth it because it's bringing you to a place of empowerment. Mars is action, but we get 3rd house, so this is like a very mental action. There could be some sort of community action showing up for you as well. If you guys are in or a part of a community or group organization, people are looking to you for advice. They're looking to you for insight, and they're looking to you for your compassion. So they feel connected to you, your emotions, and maybe there's some sort of wisdom or insight or help or aid you can offer them during this time. I think people are feeling very supported by you during this time. So that's good karma, I'd have to say, group number 3. It's awesome that you guys got 3. Group number 3. 2 and 6 adds up to 8. Imagination, it's 4 and 1 adds up to 5, about change. We got 2 4s as well, about stability and being grounded. Yeah, I mean, this gives me this energy of maturity and a mature mindset. So your emotions are going through a maturation process, and it looks like you're going to be embracing some more mature mindset or perspective for yourself, where you're the one that people look up to because instead of being reactive, you're being responsive and responsible with your emotions. So responsible emotions is going to be the theme of your March, as well as some abundance that's showing up for you and generosity. All right, that's going to be the end of your reading here, group number 3. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Like, subscribe to support, and let me know if this resonated. Comment down below. Let me know what's going on in your life. I'll see you guys next time.